Hey, Dental Nachos crew. It is Paul, Dr. Nacho here at the beginning of 2022, which feels a little bit like 2021 and 2020, kind of like Groundhog's Day of stress for dentists and humans. So we're so excited to bring you stress reduction toppings on Talking Nachos, things that can help you increase your success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. But before we get started, we have 2 free offerings from Dental Nachos. So if this weekend you like these 3 things, do you like your couch? Do you like sweatpants? And do you like free CE? Put on your sweatpants, your fanciest ones, sit on your couch and watch the amazing Dr. Aaron Nicholas share with you how to improve your molar endo skills. We already have hundreds of dentists signed up for this. So just text molar to 215-543-6454 to register for a free CE event on molar endo with Dr. Aaron Nicholas. And then just a few days later, if you like digital dentistry and learning about updated things in the dentisting world, we have another CE on TV show. Just text Transcend to 215-543-6454. We'll text you back a link to join in for free, the favorite price of dentist of all time, free. So on Talking Nachos today, we're going to deliver awesome resources to you. I'm ready for my first guest when my team is ready to bring them up. So my goal at Talking Nachos is to bring you guys all kinds of awesome toppings to help you in your dental business. And we have a whole group on here. I'm just going to move back to just Parham for a second. Great. Perfect. So we have Parham here, who I know, but we get new members of the group, 500 a month, Parham, joining Dental Nachos. So just orient the group. If it's the first time them seeing, I'm trying to grow my beard like you, Parham, seeing you and your wonderful beard. Tell them who you are, what's your company, and what do you do to help dentists?
Absolutely. I'm Parham Nabati, and I'm a co-founder of the Doc Sites. We've been providing websites and marketing for dentists for 12 years now. We created the Doc Sites as an affordable solution, and effective customer service is one of our key goals here. And we know you're very busy as dentists providing great healthcare, changing people's lives. And we want to make sure that we show you off the right way, but you're not paying an arm and a leg.
I like that. I do not want to pay an arm or a leg. Now, Parham, sometimes we say we do affordable dental implants. The patients have no idea. What is the cost for a website with DocSafe? Range. What's the range for a cost for a website?
It starts from $4.99 if you just want like a very clean, simple business card online. And then when you want to go up to our more SEO, more personalized with the videos playing right when they come on, you can send us an iPhone video and we'll make it play really cool. Those go up to $2,000 or $2,500 for the setup, but you get a lot of features. Our integrated Google review tool, where if you get a positive Google review, it feeds in and it shows it directly from Google, which is really cool. And that helps with your search engine optimization, meaning you show up higher. And then we have marketing packages from $199 to $499. And we hear all the time, Paul, that's so cheap. I was talking to a Nachos member the other day saying the company's charging me $2,000. You know,
don't you say to them, Parham, outdo them, make sure some say, if that's so cheap, just say you can pay more if you want to. I'll just take more money if you want.
Exactly. And it's because we've been doing this for so long and we've systematized it, and we really grew from helping my friend grow from 1 to 12 practices. Cool. So we learn the systems, we know what works out there, we run tons of ad campaigns, tons of SEO. So we actually make it affordable so that you can invest in things that I see you doing, like mailers or, following up with patients, because there's so many expenses with dentistry. We don't want your marketing and website to be up there.
I love that. So you have an amazing and affordable option for dentists at all age and stages to get their website, different ranges, then also marketing. Who are some of your customers? Like someone's watching out there is a startup, someone getting their first website, someone switching a website, an expansion practice. Tell us about some of your recent customers and who you guys have developed websites for.
Absolutely. So I'll even talk about a Nachos member that signed up with us, Dr. Yi. He bought a practice up north here in California. He had one of those templated, outdated websites that wasn't doing much for him. It wasn't thought out, right? So I asked him some questions like, what type of procedures can you do emergency? What type of tools do you want to integrate? So we did that. We implemented an AdWords Google Ads campaign for him at a very affordable rate as well. Set up some good keywords that he can handle. because he doesn't do certain procedures. And he's now saying he's getting more patients online than ever. And someone like
That's
him is
awesome.
ideal because he came in, he bought a practice that wasn't really implementing much. He sees Spanish speaking patients, so we added that for him as well, custom. So it's really doing those type of things for an
Cool.
office, and that's ideal. And then we have a lot of multi-practice offices where they want to highlight multiple offices, and yeah,
So
we
you
can work
like
with any
help at
type.
any age or stage. You could help someone starting. A transition is an awesome time to think into this. Sometimes just updating your website. So if someone's listening in and is like, hey, I haven't updated my website in a while. I'm going to buy another practice. I'm adding an associate. I know I just need to do this. Tell us, I know you always have a great Nacho deal. Tell us how they can reach out to you and what's the Nacho deal going on right now.
So the Nacho deal is, one, contact us. We're going to give you a really good offer on both of our standard plus and premier sites. So we'll give you a nice discount on those. And then really just email me, parham@docsites.com, or you can text me directly. So 818-421-8626. And we will work a deal for you. Only that if you mention Nachos, only Nachos members get that deal.
Awesome. I like that. My grandmother would like that. They're very lucky just to know me. That's what she would say, Parham. You also can text Doc Sites to our text hotline, 215-543-6454. When you text into our text hotline, not only do you get connected with Parham to get the best Nacho deal from our amazing sponsor, but you will also get free C offerings from us and some mediocre jokes, funny jokes from me. I think they're funny, at least funny jokes from me. So Parham, appreciate all that you do. Hope that we can hang in person this year when this Groundhog Day pandemic ends. But thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Awesome. So as you can see, it's so important to not just work in your business, but also on your business right out of the E-Myth Revisited. That's what we bring to you, short bursts of information, good ideas. So I encourage you to JFO, just find out about how they can help you. I want to remind you that we have our awesome Molar Endo CE coming up this weekend on Dental Nacho CE on TV. Just text 215-543-6454. So I'm ready for our next guest when my awesome team is ready to bring them up. And I have the amazing Mary Fisher Day. Let's put up Mary's text code and say this. Awesome. So Mary, one of my favorite names, Mrs. Nacho's name is Mary. And what you do in the dental world is just so awesome. And I know you've been on before, but I just orient our audience who you are, what's the name of your company, and what do you do in your daily life to help dentists?
Yes. Hey, everyone. I'm Mary Fisher Day. I'm the owner of the dental business, and I help dentists make the most important decisions of their career so that they don't cry inside.
I like that. That's Nacho language, right? That's where dentists have to keep their crying on the inside. So it's so key what you're doing. You dig into the details of practice transitions, Mary. Tell us, what details are you digging into with your clients when they're ready to buy a practice or looking to buy a practice or have a practice on the table?
Well, with a buyer, when I'm doing buyer's representation, I help them do the pre-due diligence. As most of us know, due diligence starts after an offer to purchase is made, correct? But there's always pre-due diligence. So I help with that as well, looking over the reports, just seeing what the practice is about and if it's a fit for their personality and for their what they want. They can't, or do they do the same type of services that the seller does? For instance, if the seller does a lot of implants and the purchaser doesn't do any and doesn't intend to, it's not a fit. They're not going to be able to recreate the income.
Being 19 years into this dental career, not 20 years in, the morale of what you do each day is just as important as the money. But I know when you're buying a practice, money becomes important. Let's share with me. Bob Ross used to say happy accidents, right? Oh, this is good that this happened. But what are some sort of sad surprises you sometimes find? Is there not as many active patients? Do they not have a recall system? I know sometimes you might find some sad surprises, and it's great to find them before you buy the practice. Tell us about that.
Well, here, and I want to give sellers their due here. Sellers, the dentist doesn't always know what they think they know about their practice numbers. So when they're filling out their documentation, they may say, we have 98% collections. Well, that's 98% collections of what? Is it the true UCR or is it PPO fees? Another thing, like you said, the active patient numbers. Generally, most do not have a clue. So they'll ask someone in their office and they say, oh, we've got about so-and-so. They're quite often very much wrong there. When you ask them how much of your practice is PPO, they'll say, oh, about 20%. Well, when I get in there and dig in, I find out it's 70% or whatever. So those are some of the things that it's unintentional. The seller is not purposely given information that's not correct. But it's something that's so important to the buyer because it is going to affect what they're able to do in making money.
And what do I want to jump in and say? Because I help with transitions. I own practices. I help buyers too, just like you. The seller is just used to being in that practice for years. So they're not trying to be deceitful. They're just, and some of these stats are not easy to get, right? So I think what you do is just so amazing to dig into this nacho plate with people and tell them what kind of plate of nachos they're going to get. And what you and I both say is the most important decision of your dental career. A lot of times I argue life, because when you sell a practice, you've seen a dentist have multiple spouses, multiple houses in just one practice. So what that means is that one practice likely lives with you for your whole career. So make sure it's the right one. So if someone wanted Mary to reach out to you, tell us a little bit about the onboarding. I know they can text Mary to 215-543-6454. Awesome. Do they jump on a call with you? Do you guys do Zoom? Tell me about that.
Oh, we can do either. Typically, it's a phone call, a get to know you phone call. They answer their questions to see what's going on in their circumstances. Gotcha. Everyone's starting at a different point. Some people have already done their pre-due diligence, is what I call it, and are ready to make send a letter of intent and want some help with that. And, so it just depends on where they are, but it's always going to start with a phone call. I can do a Zoom call. Yeah. I can do text. I've done that, and email. So I just communicate in every way with them. What's most convenient for them is what's most important to me.
And I think one thing I want to bring up before we jump off with you is that you're part of a team that works together through this process, just like dentists work as a team with their root canal specialist. Our patients are unaware. There's probably a patient saying right now, Dr. Paul does root canals. I haven't done one in 20 years. I refer that out to a root canal specialist because that's what they do all the time. So I think deepening the understanding for our Nacho audience of how it really takes this team where the attorney knows what they're doing, the buyer representation knows what they're doing, the account knows what they're doing because they're getting you through this process. So love what you're doing, Mary. So appreciate. We have our text Mary to 215-543-645 text hotline. But do you have a website people could check out if they wanted to or reach out to you via email?
Yeah, it's just thedentalbusiness.com. Email address, nice. Mary at thedentalbusiness.com.
That URL is going to be very, very worth a lot one day, Mary. So you can retire on that URL, thedentalbusiness.com. I like it.
I've had it for almost 20 years. So
I'll save it for another 20 and then just sell it and ride off into the dental business coach sunset, right? And,
that's right. So, that's my intent.
Well, thanks for being awesome. You're an awesome contributor to the group. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So as you guys see, you learn all these great things about the circle of dentisting life, how to make good decisions, work on your dental core. Our key resources sponsors are here to help you. I want to share that we have an upcoming CE program soon on digital dentistry. Just text Transcend to 215-543-6454, and we'll text you back a free pass to be able to watch it. So I'm ready for my next guest when my team is ready to bring them up to the screen. Awesome, Ken, and he's our newest member of the Talking Nachos TV. 1 million people watch in. Don't be nervous. Ken, but just share with our audience, what do you do in your daily life to help dentists be more successful? Who are you? What's your company? What do you guys do?
Sure. So my name's Ken Butler. I'm the head of R&D here at Dandy. Dandy is the world's first digital-only dental lab. And what we mean by that is that we actually do not accept physical impressions. We only work with intraoral scans. The way we enable that, though, and I'm sure if you're here, especially watching on Facebook, I'm sure you've probably seen a Dandy ad at this point. I've been told that many times. The way we do that is we will actually provide our doctors the equipment and the training to go digital for free. So usually what that means is they get around $30,000 to $40,000 worth of equipment. That includes an intraoral.
You said the magic word. I need like a bell. Can you make me a bell? Whenever someone says free, we need to say something. So back up for our audience because they go. So being totally honest, as a medium-aged dentist who looks into scanners, I have no idea what they cost. So when people say a scanner is $30,000, I'm like, that sounds fine. It's $100,000. That I know more about CBCT pricing, right? Someone tried to sell me a $250,000 CBCT. I say that is too expensive, right? But if someone tried to sell me a $2,500 CBCT, I would say that's out of line too. Just give us
suspicious.
Give us a little education about you say dentists can use scanners for free through you. I like that. How does that happen? What does that look like?
Sure. So part of the Dandy package includes a Trios 3, a laptop, and a cart so you can move your scanner between operatories. What we do is we are actually the lab on the back end. And like, look, we're very transparent. We are not Henry Schein. We're not Patterson. We don't make our money through equipment sales. We make our money as a dental laboratory. So the commitment we ask for is that you send us at least $1,000 a month in lab work. If you only did for a single month, and we're a full service dental lab, right? So digital dentures is our bread and butter at this point. Zirconia crowns, cast metal, you name it. At this point, Dandy does it. And what we have found is that most doctors have no problem hitting that $1,000 a month minimum, especially for the equipment and the training that we also provide with that package as well.
So because I think this is an incredibly generous offer, but one that makes sense because dentists, even me, are notorious for getting something, put it in a shelf and never using it, right? Like I got this free thing that does injections. When did you use it? Never is when I used it. So you're making sure that you just for only you sending $1,000 or more a month, you're going to send the dentist a scanner that they can use in their office to take all these impressions, to scan all these impressions.
Correct. And there's no long-term contracts here. These are all month to month. Like at the end of the day, we just want to effectively win and make our doctors happy based on the lab work that we do. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you have a new scanner. If your crowns don't fit, you're sending the scanner back.
Right. I mean, that's awesome. And that's such a Nacho-tastic idea because what you're doing is you're getting people into feeling and using scanners in a very comfortable way without a giant commitment. And you were saying something, you will help train their team and them on how to use the scanner?
Correct. So your first training includes 2 CE credits, and you and your whole staff can get trained remotely. And if at any point you have new staff that show in, and your assistant leaves, and you have a new assistant that comes in that doesn't have scanning experience, you can just text your Dandy account manager, and we will go ahead and set up a training for you for free. Again, don't make money on the equipment. Don't make money on the trainer. We want to make sure that everyone is just comfortable scanning. That's the only way we can guarantee that we will make high quality restorations for our doctors.
I mean, this is such a great thing you've set up. I can't find any fault with it, which is not easy for a dentist because you're being authentic and saying, hey, this is how we drive our business. We want you to get into scanning. We don't accept physical impressions. So you're going to have to learn to use this piece of technology. And dentists now can get into this for, I don't even want to call it $1,000 a month because you're giving them they're spending money on stuff they need anyway. So it's really a cost-free way to get into it. I love that, Ken. Who thought of that idea? Yeah, I'm really impressed by it. Did you just say you thought of it? No one knows.
It was something that we realized together. I would say I did a lot of very, very early days of Dandy. I did a lot of the field trainings. I was just talking to doctors, and like it was just a natural conclusion. Like we looked at these $30,000 pieces of equipment. We're like, wow, these actually just make a material difference on the lab side too, in terms of how well we can make a restoration. Like, why has no one put this to get 2 and 2 together? It seems like we were the first ones to think of it.
1 + 1 = less stress, more success. So tell us, you can text Dandy to 215-543-6454. Part of being an awesome Nacho sponsor, you put this together. What will people get? What's the process? They text this in, they get a connection to you guys. Do they fill something out? Do they call? Walk us through that.
Absolutely. So we still really believe in talking to a human on the phone at the end of the day. Someone will reach out to you and actually get you set up, get to learn about your practice and figure out a package that works for you. If you're running, especially if you're running a larger practice, if you want 2 scanners, 3 scanners, it's just an additional $1,000 a month. Once we go through a setup process, we will actually make sure that each doctor in your office has their preferences calibrated the way. Like, do you want your crowns to just be perfect drop-in fit every time? You can do that. Do you want to do your final little adjustments yourself? We can calibrate that in our design process as well.
Do people choose the adjustment one? They need some help or therapy. Who doesn't choose? Only us dentists be like, man. Put the opening for the soda over here. I'm like, this is so awesome. Awesome. I'm so glad to have you guys, one of our newest key resource sponsors. I can tell you bring a lot of fun to the plate. Really appreciate you sharing. You guys have created an awesome idea. So text Dandy to 215-543-6454. JFL with Ken and his team and take a demo. Thanks so much, Ken.
Appreciate Dr. Nacho.
So as you guys see, we're just running through websites, business coaching, lab. This is real world dentistry, putting it all together. I'm so excited for our next guest because we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, bonding dentists together. So I have the awesome Dr. Lisa Wong here, who's making me jealous already from where she is sitting. Lisa, where are you sitting? Oh, you might just have yourself on mute. She might be muted. Lisa is in
There
Hawaii.
we go.
Yeah, perfect. So really rub it in. Look at Morgan Bellis. My team member went to San Diego. Haha, Hawaii's better than San Diego, Morgan Bellis. So take that. Thanks, Lisa. So tell us where you're in Hawaii. Tell us who you are, where you're working, and why you're looking for an associate.
All right. I am Dr. Lisa Wong from Honolulu, Hawaii at Hawaii Dental Clinic. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're great.
Yeah. Okay, great. We have 10 locations total. So we've grown quite a bit. And we are looking for associates right now in Hawaii.
Awesome.
We feel that family is very important. That's kind of our core culture.
Cool.
So we'd like to extend that culture to our Hawaii Dental Clinic community. So we do have a ohana at work as well.
Nice. And listen, I understand when you live in Hawaii, you can't just be on vacation all the time. When I go and speak and they say, oh, Paul, you're going to Scottsdale, Arizona. What fun did you do? I'm like, I don't know, stayed in the hotel and had to work the whole time. So I want you to bring to life a little bit that being in Hawaii is awesome, I'm sure. But, you know, this is where you have your career. How did you get to Hawaii? Is this where you're from? And why would somebody want, gotcha, that's awesome. And why would somebody want to consider outside of the movie part, outside of the vacation part, your culture and your practice? Why would you want this job? Don't speak to somebody who necessarily is from there thinking, I could go anywhere in any of the states. I might pick Hawaii with Dr. Lisa. Why would you pick this job if you were applying?
Why would you pick it? Because we have awesome people. We have a great team. We have many opportunities and options, depending if you are a BAD or MAD.
I like that. Thanks.
So if you are coming right out of dental school, we do have CE courses for you. We also have relocation packages right now.
Oh, nice.
I understand that it can be
highlight that
a lot of effort to get here.
That is a great topic. And you also, I love that you mentioned Nacho language. BAD stands for baby age dentist, not baby age human. Just if you're 0 to 2 years out of school, we classify as a baby age dentist, which I think you should love because everybody likes a baby. I got a 3-year-old. Once they start getting 3 or 4, no one likes them as much as when they're a baby. One of my team members is a baby. A medium age dentist like us, which stands for MAD. So I think that's a really great reason. What's the dental? I'm curious. What's the dental community like in Hawaii? Are you guys all part of the same study club? Is it a strong dental community? I'm actually just totally curious. I like to learn about other.
Yeah, that is common. There are a bunch of study clubs that we can join.
Nice.
But we also inside of our group we have opportunities for CE where we can get together and study together, learn. I'm planning a actual course for implants soon with an implant company that I'm really excited about. So that'll be fun. It'll be like back in school. We're all together, studying together, placing implants together.
One of the things you shared in the beginning is you want to build a team that has your back. And when you're a dentist, having other dentists on your team that you can ask questions to, is this normal? This patient won't open. They won't open for me. This patient's annoyed. They're annoyed for me. It just makes you feel less alone. And it doesn't, I have 2 locations, Lisa, and sometimes it's through a text message. Sometimes it's through a FaceTime. Sometimes through a phone call. But when you can pick up your phone and talk to a dentist on your team, especially one who's more seasoned than you. But I learned from our associates, it really feels like you're part of something. And I think dentistry just needs more of that feeling because when you just feel isolated. So I think it's just awesome. How many dentists do you guys have right now working together?
So we have 10 dentists right now. We have 3 managing dentists, and then that includes myself. And if you're ever in the op by yourself, in the dental office by yourself, you got a shady patient in front of you, you can always give me a call. I can assess the situation and help as much as I can. That's really what my job is. That's what I'm about, is to make sure my dentists are happy. They have everything they need, and they have the confidence that they need to do their job to provide care to our patients.
Yeah, but I really appreciate being part of our Dentist Job Connect program. We're so proud of what we're trying to do to bond dentists together. One of the things I'll encourage you to do, because you have such a great personality, I'm a big fan of this guy, Gary Vee, and talks about taking videos. Take videos in your dental office. Don't violate HIPAA. I'm afraid of that. I don't even visit the hippos at the zoo. Not worth it. But take videos in your dental office when you guys are there and just post them on Dental Nachos with your ad attached to it. Go ahead and do that. You will be amazed at how just a 30-second video that's not fancy, saying, hey, this is Dr. Lisa, I'm here with Dr. Joe, and we're going to talk about our implant course. That really brings you guys to life. I call it BTL, because as dentists, we're a little bit weird, right? We always think people are out to get us. Someone's going to scam us. someone gives us something free, we say, what's wrong with it? We get all twisted in dental school. But when you could do, so make some 30-second videos, anyone on dentist job of fun. If it's patients in it, get HIPAA consent. I'm not here to talk about HIPAA, but it could just be when no patients are around. Because I think when dentists see, so you want to buy a home you can see inside of, everybody clicks on all the pictures, right? You know, when they want to rent a place. Do that for your dental office, Dr. Lisa. I think it'd be amazing. Some videos, some pictures. I think you can do it.
All right, that'll be fun. So guess what?
What?
Dr. Nacho. Guess what I have for Dr. Nacho, Mrs. Nacho, and the whole Nacho verse?
A free trip to Hawaii? That's so nice. I'm leaving. What do you have for us?
It's close. I found a recipe for Hawaiian nachos.
Oh, wow. I want to hear about it. That's great. We'll have it
Want
tonight.
to see?
Yeah, I want to see.
I have for you. Unfortunately, you can't eat it, but you can pretend.
Oh, that is impressive. Take a screenshot of that. Hold on. I want to see if I can pull back for a second so I can see this better. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Get a screenshot. That is impressive. What's on it, Lisa?
Okay, so we have your standard nachos, and then we have kalua pork, which is a traditional Hawaiian dish. Do you know what that is? It's basically you dig a big hole in the ground. Traditionally, you would dig a big hole in the ground, and you put the whole pig inside, and you smoke it for hours and hours. Well, nowadays we can use a slow cooker, or if you're busy like me, you go to the grocery store and just get it there. And then we also have lomi lomi salmon, which is made out of diced tomatoes and salmon. And lomi lomi means to kind of massage, so that's how we kind of mix it all up. Then I have sour cream, cheese, of course, avocado.
That is a true masterpiece. Like the movie Encanto, that is a true masterpiece, Lisa. Who's going to get, at least tell me this, since I can't, who's going to get to eat that now?
Well, a dentist will get to eat it. This is just cool. The kalua pig and the lomi lomi salmon. So
you are nice boss. Now this is, what happens to me is I see this and now I'm going to have to go get nachos at Alves tonight on that. That's so great. I love that you did that. You brought so much fun to it. You look awesome. Thanks so much for being here, Dr. Lisa. I hope you come to Philly and visit us in person one of these years.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun.
You guys should take the whole team and travel around and like try to convince people to move to Hawaii. That's what you could do, Come to Philly and, come to Philly when it's cold and be like, you feel cold? It's never cold in Hawaii, right? Really rub it in on us. Awesome, Dr. Lisa. Thanks so much. To get connected with your job, you can text Hawaii to 215-543-6454. But what is the practice website if people want to check it out?
So it's www.hawaiidentalclinic.com.
Awesome. We'll put that in the comments. Well, thanks for being so fun and fantastic, Dr. Lisa. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Mahalo.
So as you guys can see, a super fun show. I want to share one more time our molar endo C thing. This is what we strive to do. Take helping people seriously, but we don't have to take ourselves so seriously. Awesome guest on the show today. Have an awesome day, and please join us for our molar endo C course by just texting molar to 215-543-6454.